Okay, section 2, here we go. So in listing the ethnicities of every call or complainant, here's a breakdown. The districts, the demographics, the callers, the complainants, these are the general patterns. But what I noticed most of all was a section where I asked it to drill down. Drill down on the capabilities to deduce, because I asked him, I said, listen, I pick up on something, I'm laying it down. Let me see if you could pick up what I'm laying down. Yes? So when I use AI and I see a pattern that they can't see, I challenge it to find the pattern I'm looking for. So I asked it, women were slightly more likely to call for sanitation or housing services, and landlords, often white or absentee, and that is what made me go ding, 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 because I'm thinking about the absentee planters in the Caribbean, yes, and the subject of tenant complaints. Now, the reason it starts to notice that I am seeing a pattern is because when it did its own analysis, it saw that women as household managers in Baltimore, right, were often the primary household managers. And they were more likely to notice and report sanitation lapses, broken utilities, or housing code violations because that affected family health and daily living, because women were what? The majority. That's what the primary there is for. I'll put the etymology of primary. Were often the primary household managers, so then start to notice something. But the landlord demographics here were absentee planters, absentee landlords. Yeah, good. The complaint dynamic now is often our women and often against absentee planter landlords neglecting repairs. Yes? And what that did was to reveal how the structural inequality translated into call patterns. So I say, wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me them start to notice something and they say, well, we gotta find out what really going on here. Why we getting these calls, right? And I went back to numerology for this answer. I said 311, that equal to 5. So what is 5 in policing? In policing, 5 is a code for conducting surveillance or stakeout. It signals that units are watching a location and do not want the other patrols to interfere or alert suspects. No, I am not going to go down no rabbit hole there. It is what it are. Good. However, I transmuted that instead of being fair or looking at it, I said, good. So you see 311 equals to 5. They isolated or used surveillance tactics to isolate the calls to determine who was calling. No, I want you to search for resolutions or outcomes of those calls. And what they found was that it was successfully able to resolve by routing them to the correct city agency, and they had a high closure rate for sanitation, housing, and infrastructure requests. It reduced the 911 congestion and created accountability by tracking resolutions publicly. And there is the reference, the city of Baltimore, and so on and so forth. And these were the typical resolution of the 311 calls in Baltimore. You can go research it as well. The resolution outcomes based on 2024 data showing you trash pickup, pothole repairs, and so on and so forth. The resolution time. And this started with women. It started with all other calls, but what area I focused in on was the fact that there was a whole lot of calls about housing issues. Yes? No. And I asked myself, why? This is what AI is good at. It's good at, for me as a future historian, it's good at picking up what I put down. You see? It's good at, this is what AI is for. It's good at picking up what I put down. And if the majority of it was just text, there wouldn't be no need for so much water getting used. But, that's what my argument here is for. Use it for research. Yes, 555 on the recording mark is 159. How ironic. That number mean a lot to me. It might not mean anything to you, but 606 on the recording mark. If what I am putting down today appeals to anybody in the universe, you will see what I am showing you. Yes? Absentee planters also existed on the plantation. That's a pattern I see. You can see something else. I'm a teacher and just teaching. Teacher, that's a song. Show me right now. There you go. All right, it's Whitsuntide Monday. It's a bank holiday in a lot of places. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is how I'm enjoying mine. After all, it is the celebration of the day after Pentecost, and my tongue on fire.